Hey, welcome to another episode of the Review Channel. Today is all about bar and bat mitzvahs. I've shot tons and tons of videos in my life, and here's a quick sample of what you're going to see. I do all types of parties, all types of events. I'm retired now, but I want to show you my technique and my sample of my work. This is just a little snippet of what's coming ahead. So like, share, and subscribe below. It really does help me out. So I'm going to get through and just walk through this video and what to expect if you've never shot a bar or a bat mitzvah at all in your whole life. I'm just going to show you a little bit what to expect. The editing, the fun, how to do it, how to shoot, things like that. All the technique and all the camera equipment that I use is down below. Take a look at that link. But before we get to this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help me out quite a bit, as you all know. So let's get into this video, let's talk about it, and let's learn together how to shoot bar and bat mitzvahs. Okay guys, so let's get into this. So basically, anytime I've shooting any type of parties, any type of bar or bat mitzvahs, I always like to open up all my shots with basically getting the flowers, getting the tables, if there's any kind of centerpieces or any kind of balloons or things like that. So I always open up my shots like that. You add some music to it, you do some titling, put the date in. Very simple. Everything is all pretty much either handheld or a monopod. I use a small light and a shotgun microphone. And do not wire the DJ up at all for sound. If you want, you can. Most bar mitzvahs you really don't need to. They're pretty loud. So that being said, let's get into this video and just talk about this, and we can just take it apart and look at it scene by scene. If you have any questions or any comments, leave below, and we can just talk about how I shoot these parties. I've done this. I've been retired for about 4 years now, but I just want to share with you my experiences with shooting, and if you ever wanted to get into the business, what to expect and how to do things that I thought how I thought to be done. So I'd always open up the segment with it, the name, the date, things like that. So this is 2014. This is a bat mitzvah, which is a girl, and bar mitzvah, which means a boy. So what I always would do would open up different shots, as you can see here. I really want you to see what I'm doing here. So this is some place cards. Again, I try to get there before anybody gets there and get all the, we call them beauty shots, to get all the opening shots prior to the event. And what I'm trying to do is just capture a little bit of everything, what's going on. They have a theme. Most parties have a theme. This was like this was about Delray Beach, Crane Beach. So this is like a beach theme, right? So everybody has a different thing, different theme. So this was that's the kind of theme she had. So she had sand, she had crabs, she had all kinds of cool centerpieces for the tables. It was really kind of a cool thing. There's some socks for the kids because they like to dance. So we get shots of the socks. They have a sign-in board where all the guests and all the kids sign in. Okay. And that's really kind of important to have as well, so you get those shots. Again, these are the tables, okay? So again, the music's in the background. I'm getting all the table shots before anybody gets there, so you can really see, what's going on. So when people get the video later, they can see, okay, oh yeah, that's their room. Oh yeah, that's what we chose. And even years later, it's nice to just relive, how the party was. And that's really what it's about. When you're capturing event videography, it's not just, all technical and cinematography, whatever it is, it's really about the content of what's happening at the party. And that's how I looked at it. It was just really, to me, it was just really about the party and having a good time with the kids and shooting a little bit what they did. They had all kinds of cool stuff. I would do kind of sweeps and different kind of shots. And just a room, the table, you can see they had fish, real fish, which was kind of cool, right? Because the beach scene, right? So we have beach, we have fish, which makes a lot of sense, right? If you do that. So let's go back down here. We have more sand, so we get a top shot like this, and then we'll just pan backwards with the camera. There's some chocolate on the table. Dates. So it's a lot of detailed shots, anything with sayings, anything with dates, anything with beachwear. This is bags they gave away for the kids. All that kind of stuff. So that's really what you really want to focus on when you're doing these type of events, okay? We have some things hanging from the ceiling, so we get some cool shots of that. Again, all handheld. A lot of this was on a monopod. You can see a nice slow sweep to the right. We get some transitions. There's a cake. And we get the cake. And these are all before the guests get there. You can see the DJ's in the background getting set up because he's all set up to go in the back. So the kids came in a bus. Typically, they either come in a bus or they'll come in a large group most of the time, especially when it's off location from where the services are held. So we can just get to that. So you can see all the kids getting off. I always got that, which is kind of cool. I like that. They had some people playing the cocktail hour for the adults. So I would get a little bit of that. And my videos are really just, I wouldn't say they're long, but I would like to get a lot of detail what they were doing. So I thought it was nice. That way the kids can enjoy it and the parents can enjoy it. So at the end of the day, it's nice to get a little bit of everything. That's just the way I did it. You do your own thing. This is just how it worked for me. I try to get some focus on kids. This is a cool overhead shot that they had in this hotel. And it's really kind of cool. So let's get down to some of the... So let's see here. So the kids are coming in and picking up their cards. See, again, so we got there late. you wouldn't have got that cartoon wiped away. You would have missed all these shots. You wouldn't have saw all these kids. So it's really good to be there as early as you can to get all these shots. Really important. So the DJ would always interact with the kids. So usually DJs, if you've never done a bar or a bat mitzvah, they always have usually a couple of dancers with the DJs. You have the MC, and you also have maybe another. You could have 3 or 4 different dancers. I've done parties where there's 5 or 6 dancers. It all depends on how elaborate these parties can be, and they can be pretty elaborate, some of these parties. Again, everything's a 30 or 40 watt. I think it was like a 40 watt light with the dimmable control. I'll leave all the equipment down below so you can see what I use for equipment when I shot these parties. It's just and the lights, you can see the excellent quality. It's all shot in high definition, not 4K. 4K wasn't really available back at the time. It was very expensive at that time. Don't forget, this is 2014. But you can see even the dark scenes, put a little bit of light on. The kids really weren't bothered by it. You can just tell. And the video was I was just on the floor with them, either handheld again or a monopod. They loved it. They didn't care. They had a good time. They had no problem me being there. It was just nice, you know. You get a little bit of the shots of all the kids. They had a photo booth. So again, if you've never done a bat mitzvah, this is what to expect. A lot of kids, a lot of partying, loud music, and a lot of detail. So be prepared. Have extra batteries, have extra cards with you for media, all kinds of stuff. So it usually typically starts out like this. The DJ usually gets an hour with them, hour and a half, just playing, you know, roaming up with the kids and just getting things going. And then they start getting going. You know, the DJ gets, and it depends on how wild the DJ is. I've had DJs that are just awesome and they're just crazy. Some DJs are kind of mild and boring. Again, they do kind of drive how the night goes, so that's pretty much how, you know. So kind of basically you thrive off the energy. So as it gets really cool, it gets really crazy, you can really get in and get some really nice shots, you know, with the kids. And the kids love the video. They're not afraid. They're not afraid to be on camera. Okay, I'm on the floor. I'm not in a corner. This is handheld. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this is all handheld. I'm just moving around and just getting the shots. The kids dancing. So it's not in the back of the corner. It's not dark. It's well balanced. I think it looks decent. It's a cool shot of these kids. This is in the beginning of that segment. All right, let's see what we got else we got here. Sometimes I'll focus on some lights. If the DJ has a really cool light show, I'll get some lights and just kind of, you know, roll it out. You saw that, and the kids were all dancing and they're having fun. And then this is the introductions. So the parents get introduced, and then the child will get introduced as well. So this is kind of how this usually typically unfolds. And that's the bat mitzvah girl.
Okay, here we go. I know. Here we go.
Again, I'm on the stage with the DJ. No big deal, right? You're getting it, and you're getting great video. You're not in the back of the room. You're just seeing everything as they unfold. Parents are in it. Everyone's in it. Everyone's having a good time. Doesn't bother them whatsoever. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be up there. Don't be afraid to engage. Don't be afraid to talk with the kids. Get out there. You know, they have a good time, and you're there to have a good time. And that's what it's about. Alright, let's get into some more of this. I don't want to get too long with it. I just wanted to show you a little bit. See, kids, everybody, so don't be afraid about just getting out there. They're having a good time, and like I said, then they have, usually, so what happens at this point here, they have a candle lighting, and the child will light candle and invite people up to light a candle, so be aware of that. You definitely should be in a monopod for this, that way you can see what's going on. People come up, people make speeches, and let's see. This could be a long segment. This could be quite a while. This could be 10, 12, 15 minutes long, so just make sure you have enough power, enough light. Okay, so that's funny, right? So let's go. So you can get the idea. So they call people up, so that's, you know, one at a time, and then they'll play a specific song for them or a theme. So be aware of that, and just, you know, you should be able to talk to the DJ and just get the time frames on. Photographer, work with them, see where he's going to be standing. Make sure you're not in his way. Make sure you're not in their way or her way. So you get the idea, right? They light the candles and they do that. Okay, so after the candle lighting, usually there is a hora. So a hora is basically a celebratory dance in the Jewish religion that they celebrate. So usually weddings and bar and bat mitzvahs, there's always usually a hora. And some of the horas could be quite elaborate. Again, this is a monopod. I was shooting up high while holding the camera, and if I have the viewfinder flipped out so I can get a wide view of everything. And sometimes I would use a wide angle lens depending on the event. This one I believe I did. And a lot of times I'll put the girl on the chair and they'll raise her up. I'm sure you've seen this in the past, but this is what they do, which is kind of cool. I think she was kind of petrified, as you can see, which is fine. Okay, so you get the idea. And then sometimes they'll grab to get the parents or do the parents. Again, every event's different. You know, try to find out what's going on ahead of time. I always had a sheet when I went out for the day. I called the day sheet, and then I would know kind of what was going on. And I work with the DJ and photographer and make sure everything was kind of all organized and coordinated, so there's no surprises, because you got to know what's going on at all times. Could be a surprise birthday you didn't know about, someone's having a cake you don't know about, so you need to know everything. And that's where the experience comes in. Very, very important. All right, so let's get to some more. And the kids, there's some speeches. That's something very typical. And there's more dancing. And let's see. And a little parent dance, and they were dancing. So typically at the end, I would just say, at the end of the party, I would go up to the boy or the girl and say, "Can you come over and can you just say, you know, wave and say thanks for coming," or whatever you want to say. I don't want them to feel on the, you know, be put on the spot, but I would have them try to say something at the end of the video. If they could, if they can't, they can't. Not a problem. I would just have her wave, and that's what she wanted to do. That's as far as I don't think she really wanted to get into it, so all her friends wanted to wave, and that's pretty much how we ended the video. And nothing fancy, but everybody could do their own thing, and then we usually put like a muzzle tough or whatever at the end of the video. So that's like a quick look at a bat mitzvah. Any questions or comments? I hope it's not too long. I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight of what I did, and maybe what you can do, and what you can, you know, how you can go about doing it, what you can charge. And the market today is a little bit different. I never charged a ton of money, but I also worked by myself. Everything I shot was basically shot to edit. When I took it back to the studio, I knew what I shot. I know how I was going to edit it, and it didn't take me long at all. So I could turn these videos out pretty quickly within a week or two. So some guys shoot too many hours and spend too much time and charge too much money, and then it's just a real headache, my opinion. So that's my thought on this tutorial on bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. And if you've never done one before, don't be afraid. Answer me if you have a question or a comment. Leave below. Subscribe to the channel. I have tons of content coming out. You'll be notified when something new comes out. Just take a look at my channel. I have tons of different videos on there as well for weddings and dance schools and all types of different things I've done over the years. I've had 30 years plus of experience. So if you have any questions or comments about, you know, doing that, if you're not sure what to do, what cameras to buy, what equipment to buy, or certain things coming up that you need help with, shoot me a comment. I'd be glad to help you. That's what I'm here for. So I hope you enjoyed this review or tutorial on bar mitzvah. And I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe below. It does help me out, as we all know, so I can keep doing these videos for you, so you can help yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in.